Hi folks, wow, I've just had, I think, certainly a life-changing moment. I'm going to show you an interview that I've just done with Yared from Ethiopia. It's in the week that Roger Hamilton has launched the World Game, and where my mission is quality education. And I'm going to show you some slides, I'm going to show you some pictures that I've just taken that Yared, my good mate Peter Simons, has just come back from Ethiopia. He'd been sponsoring children through his charity that an Australian woman, Jackie, has set up, Hope for Children. Roger Hamilton talks about the World Game and Buckminster Fuller's World Game, that we all can, there's enough for everybody. It's just a question of distribution and will and willpower and mindset, consciousness. To hear a guy talk about the fact that both his parents were dead by his age 6, to actually sit there, here's this guy, age 6, he's on the street because his mother died of tuberculosis. No one wanted to be anywhere near around him because they thought he might be contagious. They didn't have any medication to treat it, so it's like the dangers of getting ill, because my mother had tuberculosis. Her father died of tuberculosis. So to sit and see somebody who has had to eat garbage at age 6, and then only go to take garbage, make money, carry sacks, heavy sacks at age 6, which eventually led to a heart condition, go to school, have to pay money to go to a government school, study by night under a street light, live on the streets. Nuns saw him studying for 6 months because they thought it was a scam, that he was only pretending to study so he could beg for money, but they realised he actually was studying. They take him and look after him at an orphanage, and eventually arranged for him to get a valve replacement in Israel. Like, talk about, but for the goodwill of others. But for the goodwill of others. The quote of JFK is, "Education is both a sieve and a lift." Education is both a sieve and a lift. Certainly when I did my global goals, what drives me, the whole area of quality education, this takes the concept of the importance of quality education, and the motto of this charity is, in fact, every child deserves quality education. I'm going to show you the interview. You can make up your own mind. I'm going to put the link there. I'm going to put them in touch with B1G1. B1G1 may already be in touch with these guys. Yared talked about how one kid, as part of a project, worked out how to filter water, and as a result of filtering the water, something like 5,000 people's health has been improved, because otherwise they were drinking just putrid water. The kids worked out how to filter the water using sand and then boiling the water. Unbelievable. I know you guys who've been involved in charity work have seen all this before. As I was saying, you guys in charities have seen all this firsthand, but I think the thing for me there was seeing a person firsthand. I mean, here my mates are all having a laugh after coffee in our first world and concerned about first world problems, and here's this guy at the other end of the table talking about eating garbage, and he said, boy, it would have been a luxury to eat garbage out of bins that had been separated into recycled. He said there we were competing with dogs and rats. It's like, what the hell? I mean, you read about it, you see it in movies, but to actually see it. Anyway, folks, I can see why there's global goals, why we need to take action, and why often we need a visceral experience of the story, and why Simo's actually going to begin taking people to Ethiopia so they can have a visceral experience of it. Of course, there's visual experiences of it here in Australia. My mate Dave, I didn't realise that part of Buddhism was that you spent 40 days in the robes with the bowl, not necessarily begging, but living on the goodwill of others, to experience the humility and the humble the humbleness that must come of going, I'm only going to survive based on the goodwill of others. That in itself is a glue that would connect communities, which puts ego completely aside, no matter how intelligent you are or strong you are or even how wealthy you are, to live at the goodwill of others. Global goals. Whew. You never stop learning, do you? When you're green, you're growing. When you're ripe, you're rot. Anyway, have a watch of this interview. See you soon. A life-changing day. All the best. Okay, here I am with Yared. Yared is from Ethiopia. Yared, welcome to Australia, mate.
Thank you very much.
Yared has just told me his story, which is incredibly moving. So we're going to do an interview during the week. Yared, just give them people 30 or 60 seconds. What are you doing in Australia right now?
Trying to do fundraising for my kids.
Tell me about your kids.
My kids are the poorest of the poor, and they don't have any chance to go to school, so I'm just putting them in school. But in order to get that chance, they have to work really, really hard, because when you offer free education for poor people, everybody wants to be in the school.
Yeah.
And I don't want any kids to come there and just take advantage of that. We are feeding the kids. So these kids, they have to have hunger for education. They want to be in the school and concentrate and study, because I want them to achieve their goal. For me, I was on the street and I lost my parents when I was 6 years old. I lived on the street for 3 years. Then in the orphanage I grew up. Then I studied. Then just now I have 315 students to teach.
Yeah, wow. And you feed them as well, huh?
I am feeding them 3 meals a day. Meal is very important, so we are feeding them 3 meals a day. Otherwise, these kids for 1 day or 2 days without any food, they will just stay.
And again, you told us the story that you were living on the streets. You were going to your work. You were getting food out of the garbage because
Yes.
both your parents had died.
Yeah,
And you're getting food out of the garbage. And as you say, not the luxury here where the bins are
yeah,
separated.
yeah.
You said you were competing with the animals
yes,
for
yes,
the
yes.
food.
There is dog, rats, and ants, African ants, and also the trash you have here is separated, but ours one is everything in it. So you have to fight in order to feed. I know I used to work on the streets and make money, but I was paying my school fee because I want to get good education. So while I was on the street, I was just paying my school fee.
And you were under the street light studying.
Studying,
And
yeah.
the nuns saw you, watched you for 6 months,
Yeah.
and then said, okay, this kid looks like he's not just begging, he's actually
Yeah.
studying.
Yeah.
And so at the goodwill of the nuns,
Yeah.
tell us about that.
Yeah, these nuns, they thought that, just I'm trying to get something from them, and they kind of like show, because there are kids, they will get lolly clothes and everything, but I was doing my thing, the night light, just studying on the street. So they went to my school and they checked my record, and I was top in my school. So because of that, they just took me to their office, then they put me in orphanage.
And the story goes on and on. But, JFK said education is both a sieve and a lift.
Exactly, yeah. The most important thing in life for you kids and whoever is education.
So you're doing a marvellous job with your Australian sponsor.
Thank you.
Her
Yeah.
name is
Jackie Gilmore,
And the name of the charity is
Hope for Children.
Hope for Children.
Yes.
So we're going to do what we can. I'm going to put you in touch with B1G1 as well, but I'm going to see if we can get a link. We've got a
Website
a
here.
website that we can.
Yeah.
We'll put that link here as well. But we'll do an interview over the next week or so to go into more detail. See if we can do what we can to help folks.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Education is a sieve and a lift.
Yeah.
And Yared's doing a fantastic job. And how many
very
people
much.
are in Ethiopia?
We are 110 million.
And you're looking after how many kids at the moment?
315 students in my school.
Right, so we'll see what we can do. So Yared, great to meet you. It's a
Great.
very, very
Pleasure.
inspiring, moving story.
Thank you very much.
And let's see what we can do to help. All the best,
thank
mate.
you.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you very much.
I mean, intellectually, I knew that, we all sell and we all serve, we all serve, we all sell. The whole process of sellserveprosper.com, the idea is that the more you sell, the more you are able of serving others, not only serving other customers, but serving your local community and serving the world, serving a bigger picture, the global goals. It's about sustainability. When you sell, you can sustain yourself. When you serve others and add value in business, surplus, you can sustain yourself. When you sell and serve others in business and create surplus, you can help sustain others. And so it is about give a man a fish, you feed him for one day, teach him to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime, which is why quality education is both a sieve and a lift. So part of Sell, Serve, Prosper is to help you sell local, but serve global. So this experience this morning meeting Yared brings it into sharp contrast of how we can sell more, serve more locally, sell more but serve better and help others globally. sellserveprosper.com. Let's work with us, because through the global game and working with B1G1, the idea is the more you sell and serve locally, the more you can sell, serve and help others internationally, globally prosper. So that the more you make, give and make micro impacts in whether it be Ethiopia or locally, but education certainly for me is the sieve and the lift. See you soon. Take action. sellserveprosper.com, b1g1.com, the world game, global goals. See you soon. Folks, thinking more about what I was talking to you about before in terms of the global goals and sustainability and sellserveprosper.com, what we realize is that, to sell, everyone sells, everyone serves. Everyone needs to sell and serve, whether you're an employee or whether you're running your own business as a small business, medium business. Either way, if you're going to make a difference, you must create a surplus. It's another S. Besides being sustainable and self-sustainable through how you sell and how you serve, is how do you give? You've got to give from surplus. I'm just listening to one of my podcasts, Grant Cardone, the kind of crazy, hyped up American, but very constructive in what he talks about. He says you can only give from surplus. If you give and you aren't creating a surplus, then you're going to be going further and further backwards, as Roger Hamilton said in Infrared. So you've got to have a goal and a structure and a capability and a system to create a surplus for yourself so you can invest and prosper, and a surplus so that you can give and make a difference to Yared and the global goals and others. And all can be done at once, but you got to write down the goals that says, I do sell, I do serve, I do prosper, I do sell, serve and help others prosper. How do I do that? By being self-sustainable and creating a surplus. And I've got to have a system and a strategy to be self-sustainable where I create a surplus. It is about the S's. I used to talk about the R factor, R equals F times Q. Strength of the relationship is frequency times quality of contact. That's part of sellserveprosper.com. But you then need to be self-sustainable, creating a surplus, which means you sell and serve strategically so that you prosper, so you can then help others prosper. And the fact of the matter is, if you're in business, me or anyone else, you need to be able to train others so that they sell and serve and prosper, so that you scale the selling and the serving, so you're offering massive value to as many people as possible. You're solving problems, real estate problems, finance problems, accounting problems, legal problems, relationship problems, performance problems, fitness problems, weight control problems. What are the problems you're solving so that you're selling and serving, helping others prosper, so that you create a surplus, so that surplus also goes to help others prosper, like Yared, like B1G1. Hope that helps. What am I doing? I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to its realization, the S's of self-sustainability. Start with sellserveprosper.com. We're going to make a difference. Sell local, serve local. Prosper local, prosper global. Sell local, serve globally. This is how we do it. Make a difference. See you soon. sellserveprosper.com. Let's make a difference together. See you soon.